Welcome to episode 199 of Say Like a Champ. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy, what's good, y'all?
What's good? We are back in the building, and we are officially down to our last show before the big 200. So definitely want to say thank you for everybody for being here with us, rocking with us, and getting ready and getting excited. And hopefully we'll see a lot of you guys next week as well. But before we get into our normal show, definitely got to do the check-in, see what's good with my boys. So Strizzy, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? It's it's that that kind of that time, so we always talk about where there's not a lot going on or whatever. But baseball's actually been a little entertaining this year. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple of teams that are doing better than usual. You know what I'm saying? So I think the race for that championship is gonna be a little more competitive this year. And normally I don't really pay too much attention to baseball until playoffs, but it's been pretty good this year, man. So I've been watching a lot more baseball than I normally do this time of year. But so far so good, man. Excited for episode 200. You know what I mean? Can't wait to chalk it up with you guys, man. I think the last time I kicked it with you was when we went to the batting cages. Just excited for everything that we got in front of us. You know what I'm saying? And you?
Same, man. I'm definitely excited. I feel you on the baseball thing. Like baseball it has been a little bit more interesting, and that's good. It looks like this season will be exciting, more exciting than others. So maybe it will hold us over a little bit. But yeah, definitely, I've been doing good. A lot of things going on, and I do want to say shout out to my beautiful wife. She's been really doing good with her thing. She has her AZ Kindness influencer page going, and she just does a lot with the community. And she's been making a lot of connections. And the more she does, the more it grows. So I just want to give her a big shout out and say that if you guys are ever interested in checking that out, please check that out. I want to be a bigger advocate for that and kind of share what she does through Say Like a Champ in case any of our slackers want to get involved too. So
yeah, man, that's so cool.
Yes, most definitely. So definitely wanted to shout that out. I also want to welcome some slackers into the show and say what's good. We got Pops. Good evening, Pops. Welcome to the show. We also got Aunt Pam. What's up? Hey, how you doing? Thank you for checking in. And she's got the lovely pictures of the fam there from the wedding last year. That was such a great time. But thank you guys for being here with us. And we got an exciting show for us. Definitely some things that we want to jump in on and talk about, some hot topics. But honestly, not a lot. Like Strizzy was saying, we're kind of in that lull. But that's good. You know what I'm saying? So we could use this time to kind of recharge and be ready when everything hits the fan again. So we'll get ready to get our topic started here. But before we do, we got to finish out our panel, and we got to bring in our brother. We got to bring in Mad Marcus. What's good?
Dog, you know what I'm saying? What up, dog?
Yo, what's going on, fam? How y'all doing, man?
Good, man. You?
I'm good, man. We here, man. Sorry about last week. I missed again, but I'm here today.
That's all good, man.
All love.
Yes, we miss you every time, but we ain't taking attendance over here. We know you're a big part of the show, whether you're here right here with us or not. But we love having your opinion. So definitely glad that you'll be here because I want to hear what you think about the big NBA news for sure. So but let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up our branding here, and that'll be a little preview for it. But first things first, let's get into our first topic. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL Talk. Let's get it. All right, NFL Talk. So starting off, like I said, not a lot of crazy news going on, but this was really for our bro Anthony Wesson. The Chiefs did get their rings and celebrating, their third in franchise history, but for these two guys, Mahomes and Kelsey, their second Super Bowl ring. So we do want to give a shout out to them. And I was just curious if you guys saw the ring. Some interesting features on there, including this one actually turns into a pendant, so you can like take the top off and make it into a necklace if you want to rock it like that, which is kind of innovative. But did you guys see the rings? Would you guys be in for the bling?
Go ahead, Shriz.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool, man. I think that's actually really cool. Anytime NFL, NBA, MLB, like these organizations try to do something a little bit different. That's not super over the top. Like I can respect it. You know what I mean? I feel like most of these dudes are usually wearing chains. In general. You know what I'm saying? So it might actually, they probably should not going to wear them out too much. You always risk of getting jacked. You know what I'm saying? Getting robbed,
Right.
obviously, because a lot of these NFL dudes don't walk around with security. You know what I'm saying? So But just being able to kind of rock it as a necklace, you know, I think it's actually pretty cool. Because me personally, I'd probably, you know, unless I'm rocking like a wedding band, I'm probably never rocking a ring. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's what's up. Marcus, what about you? You're pimp strong? You wear rings or?
Nah, man, I don't do that kind of stuff. So, but like I said, that's a Super Bowl ring. You work hard for that. You dream to do something like that, so you gotta rock it sometimes. But
Yeah.
I'll be the one to have it somewhere put up so nobody mess with it. But yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta wear it at least once.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. I'm with you. I think that would probably be the only time to wear it. And they definitely aren't practical as big as they are and as valuable as they are. But yeah, being able to wear it as a necklace is kind of interesting. Some other things though, I do like that they put more into it, like the significance, and they have been doing this the past several years. But like however many stones is in there represents how many victories or how many yards or whatever. So that stuff is kind of interesting. If you guys want to see that breakdown, that's out there. But also one interesting thing is they're selling a replica for fans. They're gonna make 100 of these like replicas, and they're selling them for $14,000. So
Wow.
I was gonna ask Anthony Weston if that's in his budget, if he's gonna be rocking one of those, but I think that's kind of crazy, but there might be some fanatics out there that got it like that, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I can see it. So
I think he definitely would do that too.
Yeah. All right. A couple other things that there is some issues with betting going on in the NFL. And so this was actually a copy of a memo that the NFL actually sent out. They sent out like a slide deck that had this and all the teams were supposed to present. And it was kind of like the 6 key rules for NFL players on like betting and how it goes into that. But they're basically emphasizing the main rules are don't bet on the NFL, never, never, never. And then also the second thing is do not gamble at work. So you can bet on other sports, but you just can't do it while you're in any type of team capacity. So I just wanted to share this to say like it's kind of interesting how big of a problem it is that they're like, okay, this is kind of we're trying to emphasize our policy, but there is a rumor floating around that an NFL player last year lost $8 million through sports betting. And it's crazy because it's like, unless that's a high level player, like the average salary is nowhere near that much money.
Right.
So chances are dude's got a problem and lost money, or it's got to be a high level player, which is kind of scary, I think, for the NFL to see like how prevalent it is.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's very true. But sometimes too, you kind of think about it like, you know, I watch a lot of UFC, right? And like they always like put the Twitter like bets of like big name people who bet on these things.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a big name player, he could have lost that $8 million in one bet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hopefully not.
Man,
but yeah, I know.
You see dudes like Drake, man. Drake be doing some crazy bets. Granted, Drake makes a lot more money than a lot of these dudes, but you know, like that $8 million, depending on the player, could have been in, you know, 1 to anywhere with 4 bets if he was, you know, betting some high stakes stuff. But it is crazy, man. Just $8 million gone in just losses is crazy.
Insane, yeah. So we'll see, but I think it's going to keep coming out more and more. And the NFL really has a problem on their hands because they promote betting now. Yeah. They have it like they have the lines on there. They let, you know, FanDuel and you know, and BetMGM, they let them, you know, run their ads during the games and all that. So it's like you're not, you know, doing anything to slow that down because they know it's a moneymaker and it brings more interest. But you got to do something, you know, to kind of stop the players. So I think that is a bad look. That's pretty much it, though, for NFL talk. We are 6 weeks away from the Hall of Fame game. That's going to be in Canton, Ohio, between the Jets and the Browns. And that's the kickoff to preseason. So 6 weeks is not that long away.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of teams are opening up their mandatory camps. So football will be back. We'll make it through.
Is there any updates on D-Hop and Cook? We know anything happened with them?
No updates other than Cook. He was actually speaking the other day to media, and he was talking about wanting to team up with Hopkins. And so all of a sudden there was like this speculation, you know, of like, are they really trying to team up or where could they go? Who could sign them both type of thing. But that's the only news. We haven't really heard anything. The only other signing that there's really been is Sony Michel signed with the Rams, which, you know, I love my Georgia Bulldogs, but I don't know if he's even going to make the team. It's kind of sad, but it's another one to see like how fast the running backs fall, you know?
For real.
And think about him. I think about Todd Gurley. Like, hey, he just disappeared and we just forgot about him, you know? Like, this is crazy. He was in the Super Bowl. Then a couple of years later, he's gone. Like,
gone.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I don't know with Gurley, like, I don't know if he's just like, he made his money or whatever. Because especially that final like Rams thing he had, and he got that final payment. I feel like he was just like, I'm gonna just retire early and just save my knees, what's left of him.
Yeah,
But I can't believe it. It was only like 6 years, maybe less.
hit that bunch. Yeah.
Well, the first couple of years, man, they drove him into the ground. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He came into the league with knee issues.
Right. You're right. And he also was like that type of a back where he wanted all the carries too, so he would never say no.
Yeah.
But it just didn't really work out like that. Pop says no team is going to sign them both. That's silly talk. I agree, but he could dream, I guess. But I don't feel like there is a scenario where that would work. That's about it, though. Yeah. So we'll see. But I am surprised, Marcus, like you are, that there's no real speculation about that. But all the free agent money, I don't know if it's gone or if they're going to really figure it out.
We'll see.
All right, that's it for NFL talk, though. We're going to keep it moving to our big story of the week.
What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL talk.
Let's get it.
And I played the wrong one, but we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna pretend that was NBA talk. I don't know why I clicked the wrong one, but this is NBA talk. We're talking about the Bradley Beal trade to the Phoenix Suns. Got traded for CP3, Landry Shamet, a couple second-round picks, and some pick swaps. This leaves the Suns with only 5 players on their roster for next year, which is basically, of course, our 2 stars with him, Durant and Booker, and then they have Ayton and then Cam Payne. Is there only 5 players that are on the roster, and they're already in the luxury tax just with basically these 3 guys' salary. So with those thoughts in mind, I was just curious what you guys thought of the trade, and how do you think it'll work out for the Suns moving forward?
It's funny, man. We talked about this when they got KD, like the owner, like really doing everything he can to bring a championship to him, even if he has to pay for one, right? But like you forget, like DeAndre Ayton just re-signed, so that man's got millions on the books too, and so I know there's speculation they're talking about. They're already looking into trade talks for DeAndre Ayton so they can kind of widen out the bench and the depth chart. But 2 out of 3 of these dudes are very injury prone already. Like you forget, like Bradley Beal is also a very injury prone player. He misses a ton of games, and they still have no point guard. Book plays point for small spurts when CP3 goes down, but can he do it for a whole season?
Is that his game? Yeah,
he likes to get his. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it works. You know what I mean? On paper, it's a great pickup, right? On paper, you're like, damn, that's a lot of firepower. You know what I mean? And I was just about to get to that too. Pops, ain't no defense being played between these guys. Book's a horrible defender. KD has some nice plays and spurts, but Bill, he be letting dudes pass him all the time. Like, I don't know, man. I don't see it working. I don't see it working.
Marcus?
I don't understand the whole trade. Like, the first thing is Bradley Beal and Devin Booker are the same player.
Right.
They do the same thing. So, but the thing is, I always say the background, we don't know what's happening. I don't think you make this trade without talking to Devin Booker and talking to Kevin Durant, and then asking Bradley Beal if he want to go there. So they all wanted to play together. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a big 3. It's in the West, but I feel that they will get the player they need. I was thinking even before they got to me, not getting Bradley Beal is getting Fred VanVleet. To me, that would have been a better pickup to me because now you got a decent point guard who can handle the ball, get you where you want to go. He can score. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's a bigger pickup. I know they don't have any more money to get him now. So, but that would have been a better pickup for me. But like I said, it's exciting to see. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be real good to see how it goes. But this team right here, I still don't see them beating Denver Nuggets. So you got a little better, but like you said, you have a point guard to get you the ball, and like Devin Booker. You don't want to see him as a point guard, but to me, watching it, Devin Booker and Bradley Beal are the same player than me, so I don't know how it's going to work. But it could possibly kind of work a little bit, but I don't think they got to the point where they're going to win a championship. So put it like that. So I still think Denver is a better team than this team right here.
Got you. Yeah, I agree. I think it will be interesting to see. I like the aggressiveness from the Suns owner. He's just like, let's get more. Like, you seen that he took a big swing with Kevin Durant, and you still got him, so that's good. I'm not saying it was totally a swing and a miss, but obviously it didn't work out for you, right? This year at least. And now he's just like, let's double down. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go for it again. So I like that part of it, but I kind of agree that, you know, Booker and Beal are very similar, and so, you know, it's gonna be interesting to see how that works out. Pop says can't defend, won't have quality depth. Only one ball still allowed, won't win the West. Better, but ultimately still bombs. So we know, you know, Pop's down on the Suns, but I think they are a little bit better, and I do think it depends on what they do next. So if they do take Ayton and flip him for more different depth, and, you know, get a ball handler in there, we'll see. But I don't know. So then that's what my next question was going to be for the Slackers and for you guys, but I think we already answered it. Does this trade make the Suns favorites in the West? Well, Marcus,
No.
you already said not better than Denver. Strizzy, you think still can't get out the West?
I agree. I still think Denver is that team to beat, and not even just because they just won the championship. It's just, to me, they're still the best team. They're going to keep literally everybody from this last championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all their role players, their key players will be back. Like the only person who's going to stop them from getting back into the championship is going to be Joker, because he's like, you know,
I don't even want to come back.
He just wants to go home. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean, he's like, I'm not trying to play that long again. But in all seriousness, I still think Denver is the favorite to come out the West.
Yeah, no, I feel it. All right, so CP3 was about to get released, but the Suns were able to make him part of this trade and get back a big piece. But the other question is, what's next for Chris Paul? It looks like he will potentially be traded or just released by the Wizards, basically like to just dump salary. So, Strizzy, I was going to ask you, just like, do you think Chris Paul still has value, or where can he be productive next year, or is it over?
He still has value. You know what I mean? Like, Chris Paul has made every team he's ever been a part of successful. His biggest problem is his health. His biggest problem is his health. He can't stay healthy when it matters the most, right? And you can't just not play him during the season, because you're more prone to get injured at the end of the season for not playing as well. So, you know, does he still have value? Of course he does. Like, even at 75%, he's still one of the better point guards in the NBA at age 38. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, when you need him the most, you can't count or rely on him. And that's a huge, huge problem. So will he land somewhere? Sure. If he wants to play, he'll be somewhere. But hope Miami goes after Dame. I don't want to see him in a Heat jersey. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see it.
I feel that. Marcus, would you want to see him in a Lakers jersey with LeBron?
I think that would be the only place he can go to be successful. You know, he don't have a lot of pressure on him like that. But they talk about him going back to the Clippers, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think the best place for him would be the Lakers. But I maybe when he was trying to go to the Lakers when Kobe was there, and how they stopped him from going, maybe he still had a bad taste in his mouth, and maybe he never want to go there again. Go what happened. So if I was him, I would never want to go there. So maybe that's why he'll go back to the Clippers.
I feel it. Yeah, I do think he's going to end up in LA, just because I think that's where his family's at, and that he's at a point where, I mean, he's not going to move him to the East Coast, certainly not to Washington or anything like that. I do agree, though. If he does go to the Lakers, okay, cool. Like, I hope that it works well, but it's 14 years too late, so I don't really care anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see it no more. So we'll see what happens for Chris Paul. If he does go back to the Clippers, that'd be kind of cool to kind of, like, you know, kind of get back to where, well, that's not even where he started. He started with the Hornets. So
yeah,
I was about to say get back to where he started, but yeah, we'll see. So I don't know, but we'll find out. We'll be watching it, keep a close eye on what happens with that. Next up is the draft. That is going on Thursday night. We got some new ballers coming into the league, and so I just wanted to just kind of throw that up there and let you guys know what's going on. I do think it is really cool that the Thompson twins are probably going to go top 5. And to have 2 twin brothers go like in the top 5 or at least the top 10 in the NBA, that's super legit. Yeah. So I'm most interested in that story. I know Wembanyama is going to be the number 1 pick, and we'll see how he plays out. But one thing I guess I just don't like about the NBA draft is, like, we know these kids got talent and athleticism and all that, but, like, I feel like there's just so much pressure on these guys coming into the league, and the NBA really takes a while to figure out. And it's hard because you're out there, you're only one of 5 guys. It's not like in the NFL when it's like you can come in as a rookie wide receiver and make some splash plays or get a couple punt returns. Like the NBA, like when you're out there, it's kind of tough and they have to go through their lumps. So, I just always like to remember that, it's going to take some years before we might see these best version, but that's what I always like to project because it might not be those top picks, but it might be somebody that's a little bit further down right now. They're not as developed, but that they come along, in the long run. So that's what I always like to watch for. So are y'all excited for the draft though? Will you be checking it out?
Top 5.
Just watch the first little bit, yeah, and then be done with it. I think that's true too. I definitely want to check it out. I'm definitely excited though to see their outfits. Like they're going to be definitely diamonds up. You know what I'm saying? Because they have all their money now. Yeah, so we'll see how they're stunting. Last year they were the ones that were the first ones to really step out. But Strizzy, are you an NBA draft guy?
A little bit. You know what I mean? Like I like to, kind of tune a little bit because see who goes where, if any trades are made. I'm kind of looking to see what Charlotte and Portland does. I know Zion is up for trade if someone's willing to go and the top 2 or 3 picks or whatever. So I'm kind of looking to see if he's healthy, where would he go? Because Portland keeps talking about how they're not looking to start over, which they really honestly probably are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and apparently they really like that Scoot Henderson guy too. So if he falls to 3 and they get him, then that means that Dame's probably going to be out. But
yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to welcome in Anthony West to the show though. He's definitely a draft guy. I know that's our resident GM. Yeah. So he could probably tell us at least who the first 5 draft picks are going to be. But he says they should bring back them suits from the 2002.
No, they shouldn't. Them Steve Harvey suits. No,
that's the perfect description. Them Steve Harvey suits.
They were so
all right.
baggy.
So right. But moving on past the draft, a couple different things that we did want to talk about. A couple guys that actually opted out of their contracts, and my guy Kuzma. Every time I put him, I got to put the sweater because I love the sweater. But Pops mentioned that Kuzma opted out. He's going to get paid. I think so. But even a more interesting one, Draymond Green opting out. He's basically trying to take control of not coming back with the Warriors. And Marcus, I know you've watched Draymond Green closely. What do you think about him opting out, and where do you think you might land?
After all the stuff he probably done to the organization and stuff he did with Jordan Poole, I think it was time. I think them winning the year before, like that saved him to be there. I think they would have lost like that. He would have been gone. I think Draymond he lost it. I think he's a good motivator. I think he's going to end this season as being a UD. I don't think he'll bring no value to the team. I think he might go to the Lakers, and him and LeBron were close, but that might be a good team for him. But I still don't think, besides like the motivation and kind of getting people going, he's not going to score for you. I guess he could play a little defense, and having the AD there to kind of help the defense maybe help a little bit. But I just don't feel like the money he gonna get paid. I don't feel like that he getting talked about. I don't think it means anything. Like I don't think he's that good. I think it's on the show too because him passing the ball and getting the guys in that spots in Golden State was his thing. Now you're going to a team with no shooters. It's gonna really show how you were, So and it's still a chance he don't leave. He ain't signed anything yet. It's a good sign. It might keep him, but I definitely don't think unless he goes somewhere with some shooters. I don't think he'll be as valuable like I think he did with the Warriors. So it's gonna be weird seeing him going though. I think it's gonna be a bittersweet moment for him though. So I think the Warriors are broke up now. So he does leave.
Yeah, it's over with. Strizzy, what do you think?
It's funny. Like Marcus said, I think him opting out was kind of more of a testament to the Golden State Warriors. If he goes anywhere, it'll be the Lakers, but I also kind of don't see him really going anywhere, honestly, right? I think he opts out, takes a little bit of pay cut, allows the Warriors to bring some more talent in so they can stay competitive. I think Draymond Green deep down knows that not only is he no longer the player he was at the earlier stages of his career, but he knows what he has in Golden State, right? Like he's not going to go somewhere else and be as productive as he can be in Golden State, right? So I think he probably might actually take a pay cut and just re-sign. But he's got 2 of the best shooters there that he can drive and dish out to, and they're used to him there. They have a solid role for him there.
Yeah.
as good as Steph is, he's a horrible point guard. Like he really is. He's not a good point guard at all.
Not a distributor. Yeah.
No, he's not. He doesn't look to pass. Like look how much Steph dribbles when he has the ball. He's looking to score every time, and that's why they have Draymond Green there. Like he's been their passer, the guy who gets people involved. A lot of times they're doing pick and roll with the big, but they do pick and rolls with the smalls. You know what I'm saying? Like to get them open for shots. So I just can't see him anywhere except like Marcus said, like him and LeBron are so close. Like he might be closer to LeBron than he is Steph and Clay.
Right, which I don't I mean, I don't know if it was the Olympic run or what. He wasn't on the banana boat, so it's like, how do you sneak in there?
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of weird.
Clutch Sports. That's what it kind of brought them together.
Yeah, Rich Paul.
That's true. That's true.
That's right.
But yeah, I don't see him really going anywhere. I think he wants to stay there, and I think if he kind of says like, I'll take a pay cut so we can get some more people in here, some more depth from what's it called, then the Warriors are like, all right, cool, we'll keep you, maybe sign for the vet men or something like that. But I just think it's not a good idea for him to go anywhere else. He's gonna fall to the wayside hard.
Yeah.
There's so many players like that too, though, where it's like that's where you fit. Like for whatever reason, that's where you work. That's where it worked out.
Yeah.
And to go all the way back, like even at the beginning with the Warriors, like he was behind Festus Ezeli. Like he wasn't even like the man at first there. Like he had to like fit into that role. So so it's definitely different. Do want to welcome Unk to the show. He says hello from San Antonio. He's making his way west. That's what's up. Safe travels, Unk. Anthony Weston says Draymond to replace UD. Pistons back to Michigan. They could use a veteran. Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. That would be definitely a whole different zone for him because he's used to at least having some kind of a brag. You know what I'm saying? And if you're playing for the Pistons and you got one of the worst records of the league, like I don't know. Lakers don't need anyone else that can't shoot.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's real talk.
Man, that's real.
Talk.
Yes. Anthony West knows what's up. Definitely don't need anyone else that can't shoot. Unk says Draymond with LeBron and Davis, Reeves better start at the point. That'd be crazy though. It'd be kind of interesting to see, but I could see it there. But if he does go to Lakers, he might even come off the bench. Like I don't know. Depending on what other moves they do. So we'll see what happens with that.
Sister.
Grace in the building. What's good? Welcome in. Glad to have you with us.
Oh, great.
And yeah, the next one was actually we touched on Dame a little bit, but it's funny. I do think that Damian Lillard. This is another one I was like, just gonna kind of bring him up. I do think he's gonna be on the move, and it could happen with draft night. That there could be some trades that include draft capital, but
he ain't going
I think
nowhere,
it's funny.
man.
You don't think he's going anywhere? Okay, okay, that's what I wanted to talk about because both him and like Beal was the last one, right? That was like, I'm gonna stay. I'm loyal to the Wizards. I love it here. And then he re-ups, and then 1 year later, now we see he's gone. But Lillard, he's always been so loyal to Portland. So Marcus, you believe that he won't end up anywhere else?
No, I think he's gonna stay there, man.
Okay. I would like to see it because honestly, like especially in this day and age of NBA, Dame is one. Steph Curry's one, but I can't think of too many players that have been with one team for even 10 years the same.
Yeah.
Like versus like, Kobe and Dirk, and they were the last of those guys that was like 20 years with one team. But Udonis Haslem, I don't really count him the 20-year club because he didn't play for the last 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
he's not even that influential. A lot of the guys you just named are influential guys that, you know what I'm saying, they're different.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so we'll see what happens with Damian Lillard. But if he goes anywhere, I wish it was either the Lakers or the Heat. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe that's too much to ask, but I hope it's one of.
I see him being in one of those two places. Dame literally talked about he doesn't want to start over. He doesn't want a young squad. He talked about he doesn't even want them to keep the second or third pick that they have. He wants them to trade it for some more veteran help. He doesn't want to start over. So I think if they don't end up trading, I think and bringing somebody in, I think he'll be a little bit more open to leaving. But like Chris Paul just said about getting traded from the Suns, you know what I'm saying? These teams don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't. Like they can talk about how much they love Dame and how appreciative they are that he's done for them, but if they're trying to go in a different direction, they'll trade him in a heartbeat.
Right. Yep. Well, and I get it too. It makes sense. It is a business.
Yep.
And it does suck that there's the double standard because the players are always the ones that get called out and are expected to have loyalty and take pay cut and all this.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the team was there before any player and it would be
Yeah.
there after any player. So there's only so much they could do for you. In the meantime, you got to get yours too. You got to get your treasures. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously.
And I know, Marcus, you've heard about that too. You know, get that money and the memories, and then that's what it's really about. So we'll see. We'll see. The other one, though, an interesting one, Jaylen Brown. It looks like that the Celtics are not going to entertain trade offers for him, and it looks like he might be end up signing the Supermax with the Celtics. So that would be at least another 4 years of the Tatum and Brown match, or the Tatum and Brown tandem. I want to ask you both, if you were in the Celtics shoes, would you break them up now when you have the most value you can get, or would you try to make it work?
I'm breaking it up. They already showed it ain't gonna work, and you don't get no better. You're getting older, you know. So people figuring you out. So
Yep.
if you couldn't get past the Heat, they ain't have everybody. It was an 8 seed. You gotta break it up. There's no question about it. You gotta go, you know. So
Facts. It doesn't even, so, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, but they know each other, they play each other so many times, but not like there's, you know, granted they came back from being down 3-0, but we should have never been in that position. We didn't even have Tyler Hero or Victor Oladipo. You know what I'm saying? Like they should have smashed us, and they lost. You know what I'm saying? So I also feel like Tatum and Brown, they're the same player. They're down to the same height. They do the exact same things.
Yeah.
When the ball's in the
Same
air,
turnovers.
yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the same player, and honestly, I think they can get so much back for Brown. No matter where
if they do it now, though,
exactly.
not like
That's what I'm saying. Do it now. Just they could get. I don't know. They could just get so much for it. They could trade, get a bunch of picks, some actual quality, some quality depth. You know what I'm saying? Like some real depth, the kind of depth that like Denver has. You might even go on a limb and try to sign Chris Paul. You know what I mean? To kind of help. You know what I'm saying? Put some things together. But
through, yeah.
You know what I mean? Get rid of them now. Get a bunch of stuff back for them. And there's no more of that, who's Batman? Is it Tatum? Is it Brown? You know what I mean? Like, it's, people will say it's Tatum, but there's a lot of times Brown just outplays him. You know what I mean? Or it's, and vice versa. But I say break it up.
I agree with you both. I think now's the time. You already seen it hasn't worked. What more you want to do?
Yeah.
Anthony West says Brown for Poole and Kuminga.
And picks.
Yeah, you might even get a little bit more, but and that's the thing. I think Poole's value definitely went down from last year to this year. Yeah, it went down. Bad, so, but yeah, I think that'll be interesting. We'll be watching on these different these guys' situations for sure. But it looks like the Celtics might stay the course, and good for them because I don't like them. So they can stick with their tandem that doesn't work. But both great players. But yeah, I do think it's like I don't see what more they can do differently. All right, but I think that's pretty much it. Anything else you guys wanted to touch on basketball before we hit our last few little things here? All right. We do want to say congratulations to the Golden Knights. Definitely shout out to them for bringing home the cup, and they became the first or the fastest expansion franchise in NHL history to win the Stanley Cup. So congrats to them. Yeah, in their sixth season. So that's pretty exciting.
Where are they located?
In Vegas.
Oh, in Vegas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're and they were the first pro team to be in Vegas, but actually the second to win the championship because the WNBA Vegas, Las Vegas Aces, yeah, they won just last year too. So, so that's pretty cool.
No.
Definitely bringing home some championships, getting it ready for the A's. You know what I'm saying, and eventually maybe an NBA team. I really think the Kings might move there. I don't know.
Supersonics, man.
Oh yeah, the Supersonics.
True.
So let's see. Anthony Wesson, he wanted to comment. He said the Suns don't seem like that will work. Thank you for your comments on that one. I was curious to see what you would think about that. Yeah, we'll have to talk more about that one. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got our boy. So Wyndham Clark, and I swear his name sounds like a hotel. But shout out to Wyndham Clark for winning the U.S. Open. And interesting stat about the U.S. Open this year, or this recently, the past 5 players who won the U.S. Open actually was winning their first major in their career. So this is a time where we see a lot of guys kind of break out and break through. But I don't really know much about Mr. Clark. And Marcus, I was hoping you could school us on if the kids got game.
Yeah, he has he's an up and coming golfer. He's going to be good in the future. He lost his mom I think a few years ago, so I kind of was rooting for him to win this one, even though it was on Father's Day, So, but he was like, I think he was like the top 5 throughout the weekend, and then the last day, my guy Ricky Fowler was leading, and he was like right there behind him. So I thought Ricky was gonna kind of come and get it. Ricky, like the first 5 holes, Ricky was doing good, and he made a couple of mistakes. And then Clark, he made 2 big mistakes. Like he hit the ball in a spot that it's impossible to recover from. Like he swung the ball and he missed the whole ball. He didn't even touch the ball, so he that's a short going. You know what I'm saying? So his next shot, he got it close and got a bogey. Like he recovered well, and he did the same thing on another one. He was unbalanced. There's no way he can kind of recover from that. You normally get like a triple bogey or double bogey. But he got a bogey on both of those and kept him in the lead, So I think both of those shots kind of gave him confidence, like I'm gonna win this thing. And then I got Rory McIlroy, man, like he was right there to win it. And he can never hit those putts he need. He can hit the ball great off the driver. He can hit he has great irons. He's like the best driver and the best iron player in golf right now. But it's the putting, man. He had one, I think it was like 5 feet, and he gonna go up right there. He ties it up with that. He misses it. It's like, I
thought he was going to catch it. When I saw him, I thought he was going to catch up and actually win it.
Yeah, I thought too. It's like easy putts, man. He missed 2 putts that he wasn't supposed to miss, man. He had one eagle he couldn't get that one either. It's like it's not made for him, man. So I don't know, man. It's just kind of tough. But I'm happy that William Clark he won it. It was good for him and his family. You could tell the emotions of him getting that. It's so stressful. But I was happy. But a lot of players hate that course in LA. They
really? They didn't like it?
They didn't like it because it was a weird course, because some courses you get used to, for majors anyway. For a major, you're used to it. You kind of practice for it, But it was in LA for the first time in a long time, and some players they didn't really play for it. They didn't even go for it. They just kind of got through the motions of it and was kind of okay. I'm cool. They wouldn't have been mad about it, but they hated that course. So some players were like, they didn't like it, but my guy Scotty Scheffler, he tried too, but he missed some easy putts too. They couldn't get him in there. So, but like I said, at the end of the day, I think Clark he was for him to win. I was happy for him to win it.
Yo, nice. I heard the purse for that too. For the dub was $20 million.
See, I think it was something crazy because it's one of those increased ones now for this year.
Yeah, you have to, So it's one of those things.
20 mil is crazy.
Can you imagine that? And that's one tournament. Like that's just one. You do that one time in your life, you're like, I'm good,
And normally those are like those like normally like 8, maybe 9 mil. They win.
I was saying it's normally 8.
So,
like it's like 8.
Yeah. But now it's like
crazy.
20. Yeah, for 4 days.
Yeah, exactly. For 4 days work. That's crazy.
4 days work.
But with the Rory thing though, I don't want to be a hater, but man, I didn't mind. You know what I'm saying? Him.
I don't either. Yeah, it's always that player. It's always that player that you like.
He's right there. He's really good, but yeah. But it's interesting what you were saying about his driving and his irons. He is so good. But also, we'll have to talk about that next time. I want to hear your thoughts on this, Marcus. But they're talking about, there's like a certain. They're trying to make limits on the technology of the actual golf balls that they use, so that way they can't fly as far, right? Because you got all these guys coming up that really drive far. But what did you think? What do you think about that? Like, are you for the limiting the golf ball or?
Yeah, in a way to make it realistic. It's like in other sport, they came up, they didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like basketball, it's like making a basketball more something,
lighter or like smaller,
or even making the 3-pointer closer now. I'm like, why would you do that now to make it easy for those guys? Like we didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? So you making stats now. It's easy to beat our stats now because it's easy for those guys. So to me, I would say no. And you can tell like those pro balls, like if I had a pro ball, I could probably hit it pretty far too, because those guys they hit the ball so far. I'm like, how are they doing that? But it's the ball and it's also the club too. They do things because I'm a pretty strong guy. I can if I hit a perfect drive, I could probably hit at 311. Those guys hitting the ball like 330, you know what I'm saying, 340, you know what I'm saying, because the ball they hitting and the technology they doing too. So, but I think to make it fair, I would say I think they should limit the ball like that. They should do that.
They should stick to a standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you on that. I definitely wanted to talk about that because I was interested. It was interesting that Rory's like a big proponent for that right now, and some other guys are like, nah, let's like continue to drive farther. So, but then it's like then they're gonna just start making courses longer, you know. So it's all gonna even out some way. But I kind of agree. Um, making the ball kind of limited would be better. Anthony West says, "Is there any more info on how this Live versus PGA thing will work? Are they going to do a WCW versus NWO thing?" So right now, it's looking like they're going to proceed forward as two separate entities. But what I am hoping that they do is in a couple of years, they do some kind of a crossover event, or maybe they do like 3 or 4 times a year besides the majors, where they have like Live versus PGA, and they pick one or the other's format, and they have some kind of crossover thing, like see who's better. I think that would be pretty gangster. So I am hoping that maybe one day they do that. That would be cool.
Yeah, they don't have to, man. So I think it's still early. They in the works right now, but give it a couple more weeks and you'll start seeing something because there's only one more major left in golf right now. So it's the Open. That's the last one.
Yeah.
So after the Open, I think they're gonna start making other stuff for the future, and you'll see some good stuff happening.
Yeah, because there is a long part of the year where there's no majors. So
no majors, yeah.
And even though it was interesting and it was great that the Live golfers did well when they represented themselves at the Masters, I think it is funny. I think that's part of it, that they're like, oh, people are interested to see them compete and see who's got the better squad. So, you know, whatever it takes to make golf more exciting, I'm all for it. All right, let's keep it moving real quick. I think the last thing we really got is baseball. Now, I threw the All-Star votes up here, but I know it's hard to see depending on what screen you're on. But basically, was going to just talk about the fact that the All-Star voting has started. The first round is almost complete, and then Ohtani is the leader, which are not surprising. Kind of reminds me of Yao Ming, you know what I'm saying? But also, this dude is it's not the same. But this guy is also like at the top of the game too, you know. So even when Yao was like declining, you know, and he was still like the top voting getter, it's not like exactly the same situation with Ohtani because he's so good, but. He's got
I love his swag though,
man.
Yeah.
He knows he's good, but he's not cocky. You know what I'm saying? He knows it. He carries himself well. But I like his attitude, man. And then he just hit another homer or something like the other night. Like I think
he hit like three home runs at 4 games, something like that, just recently.
Yeah, he's been on a hot streak all weekend. Basically,
he's been absolutely insane. Even from the pitching standpoint too, I think he had another like 11 strikeout game or something like that. Like. This dude is crazy.
Yeah, he's definitely next level, and I do like the little celebration they're doing. But it's funny. It's like Miami Hurricanes started all this so long ago with the turnover chain, and now in baseball this year, everybody's got the like home run celebration thing. So they got the samurai mask, and apparently that thing, or the samurai helmet, apparently the thing that weighs like 35 pounds though, which is pretty crazy. And then also. I think it's like the Royals have like a night helmet. There's like everybody's got a different thing now, trying to be funny, but that's pretty cool. Another interesting stat though about the MLB that I read today and I heard is that the Diamondbacks are the only team in the league that have not been shut out in a game yet this year. So they have scored a run in every single game, and they're 73 games into the season. So that's pretty impressive. Diamondbacks are making a good run. We might have to go out and see the hometown team because. Apparently, the stadium's still empty most nights, so
they're hitting actually really well. And from a betting standpoint, 9 times out of 10, I take their overs. Like no matter who they're playing, I take their overs, and they've been making your boys some cash. So they hitting finally.
That's what's up. Yeah. So hopefully, maybe the town will get behind them a little bit more. You know, we see the Suns fans; they jump on the bandwagon quick, but the Diamondbacks fans they still don't care, I guess. So that's messed up. But
I was gonna ask you guys about the Diamondbacks. I was driving, work downtown, and it was like so many people. I'm like, Diamondbacks doing good. So I was after the light, and people was kind of passing by. I was like, hey, how D-backs doing this year? It's like, oh, they doing good. They in first place in the West. And I was like, what? I haven't heard anything. So are they doing good? Or it's just too early?
No, they are. It's kind of early still, but they're doing good. I mean, and they do lead the NL West. They actually. Them and the Giants are beating the Dodgers right now, so it's a really tight race though on that side. But they're doing really well, and I think they have like the 3rd best record in all of baseball, maybe 3rd or 4th. So they're definitely doing good. I think more and more people will start to finally come out. We'll see. But that's what's up with that. I think that's it. Unk says El Paso tomorrow night, Phoenix by Thursday afternoon. All right, Unk. So we're gonna see you soon. We're excited. Unk's gonna be here for the 200th episode. So that's what's up. I think that's it though that we have on our schedule for tonight. So let me go ahead and shut this thing down, get us back to big mode. And I did want to say real quick, we are gearing up for our 200th episode. We are going to air live on location Sunday at 4 p.m. So definitely get ready for that. I know it's going to be a little bit different, but we want to do some extra special things for this 200th episode. It's going to be easier than a weeknight for us to all be together. So we're going to do that. We're going to have our celebration. If you want to come live, there's still time if you're going to be in town. We're going to have some food and drink there for you guys to enjoy. And then, we'll have some different activities. We're also going to play. Come through, check your boys out. And we're going to do our giveaway. We have about 35 people signed up so far for our giveaway. And if you go to our social media and if you like the post and tag 2 friends, that gets you an entry for a $50 Nike gift card. So, hit your boys up in the comments. That's real simple, real easy. And then Sunday during the 200th episode, we will be calling out the winner. And you got to be on there to win, though. You're going to have to claim your prize in the comments or in person. So, so make sure that you're doing that. Make sure you tag some friends and just share it out. Word of mouth is still the best advertising. And if you got friends that that are into sports, just let them know. They can check out the show and see if they want to become part of the SLAC fam. So, I think that's it. Strizzy, anything else you wanted to touch on before we shut it down?
Nah, man, not really. Just like I said, excited to get with you guys, saying and celebrate, SLAC episode 200, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. 200 weeks in a row, and we're gonna keep this thing moving. And in September, we'll be celebrating our 4-year anniversary. So we got lots of stuff to look forward to. But definitely next week, check out the show. It'll be a lot of fun, and we're excited to see you guys there. Marcus, anything you want to plug? You've been doing okay?
No, man, be good, man. Y'all just keep watching the show, man. See y'all Sunday.
That's what's up. All right, we'll leave it right there. Oh, thank you, Kelly, for joining. No worries. You can always catch the replay. But happy Tuesday to you, and we appreciate the support.
What's up, August?
What's up, Augie? What's up, my? Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And we will see everybody next for episode 200. So definitely don't miss it. We will see you all there. But for now, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy.
Well, I almost forgot too. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, Pops, Unk, and all the fathers, Anthony, all you guys, Strizzy. We love y'all, man. Straight up.
Likewise, man. Ditto.
Yes, absolutely. Happy Father's Day to both my brothers on here and all the fathers holding it down. And on that note, we out. Peace.